Hi guys. So I've been thinking a lot about energy management lately because I am currently taking a course on data analytics for marketing, and I am working full-time. And I have, my hobbies like running, and it's a really busy time at work, and there's a lot on my plate, so I've just been really trying to be tuned in and fine-tuned in my approach towards energy, because I just don't have a lot to spare, and one of my vices is definitely distraction, and I feel like when I don't want to face the anxiety of a task, I will endlessly distract myself, usually with social things, and I'll just kind of go into this hyper activity mode, maybe a la FESE for you cognitive function geeks out there, but I just get into a hyperactivity mode. So this all being said, the point of me making this video and feeling like talking about this topic is because I have been finding that boundaries, shocker, are important. Boundaries are important for energy management in terms of something very specific that you wouldn't think of as a boundary, and that is intentionality, meaning that when you go into a situation, when you decide to take on a mantle of being a spokesperson for a cause, or a social influencer, and all the variations of a leadership role, or just generally that, and any time that you want to make any kind of an impact, I think it's really important for your own energy when you're in that kind of space to be able to make sure that you have in your head a very clearly defined intention for why you're doing what you're doing, and what specifically is okay for you in terms of energy and what isn't. I find that knowing these things and having the intentions up front actually allows you to better manage your energy. So for example, say that you are, I'm just going to use this as an example because it's something that it's important to me. Say you're a mental health advocate, and you are out there speaking about your own personal experiences with mental health. Then you need to have a mentality of your reasoning for why you're doing it. I'm doing this because I want to make other people who are struggling with the same thing I am feel good or feel empowered. And then this kind of allows you to be vulnerable, but in a way that you're not exposing yourself to being hurt, because you have a mental boundary set up. These are the things that I'm okay with saying, and these are the things that these are the kinds of responses I'm okay with getting. And so as long as you have that intentionality, you're protecting yourself. Because if you're going onto social media and just deciding to be vulnerable and just randomly putting out that vulnerability, I think that there are calculated ways to share your vulnerability that still allow you to be safe. The world needs people to share, parts of them, if you're going through something, sometimes it literally changes your life. When someone else says, hey, I've been through this thing, it's okay, you're gonna make it through. So it's really important that people be vulnerable, but I think in order to be in that space and in an inspirational capacity, in a vulnerable capacity with people, especially online, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you just have to have that intentionality and those boundaries so you can protect yourself. So yeah, that was just a thought that I'd been that rolling around in my brain for actually probably a couple months, and I decided to make a video about it. So I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, and I hope you have a good afternoon.